What up? So, I just had some of that beef tallow, and let me tell you, it was fucking amazing. Alright, amazing. Excuse my French, but it was fucking amazing. And I feel so good after having that. Like, Tasmanian beef is what I was getting before when I actually did the carnivore diet second time around when I was living in this house. I was only buying the highest quality beef I could get, and it was from Tasmania. Right? It was called, originally I was getting Cape Groom, and then I was getting Bash Straight, and they're literally right next to each other. Right at the top of Tassie, that's where they were growing that beef, and apparently that was the best beef you could get, from what the butcher told me, in Australia. Right, and just because, so much rain down there, there's so much grass down there for the cows to eat, can just graze all day, just constantly, not constantly, but it's raining down there a lot. They get such a nice breeze through. Apparently they get super cold breezes. It's apparently the freshest air in the world down in Tassie, because the Antarctica's right there. And just having that beef tallow just now just makes me want to just buy more, Tasmanian beef. And it also, I want to go to Tassie. I've been speaking about this for so long, and I'm not working right now, so I've got a little bit of an opportunity to go. But I need to get this room. Well, I don't need to, but renting the room out would be ideal as well. So when I get someone in here, I'm going to Tassie 110%. I've been speaking about this ever since I was getting their beef from there for like the last year. Since I moved into this house, I've been wanting to go to Tassie. So it's been on the menu. It's been on my mind for ages. I really want to go down there. I want to check it out. I want to see what it's like. Because like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the Gold Coast anymore. It's an alright place to live, but I've been here for so long, and I just don't feel like it's for me. It's too much of a, I don't know, it's too much of a fast-paced environment. It's too much of a city. There's too many high-rises. That's why I left this place and I moved to the Sunshine Coast. So I wanted a more, relaxed environment. So I'm gonna get 110% go check out Tassie. And if I like it down there, maybe I'll move down there, because I've been thinking that ever since wanting to go down there. And the food quality down in Tassie is completely different to up here, And because I'm doing carnivore, I'll be getting all the best quality meats down there, and the cows are taken care of, like all the best quality butchers in the Gold Coast, and I think around the whole of Australia get a lot of their, stuff from Tassie. It's the highest quality stuff you can get. Plus the air's so fresh down there. It's apparently got the freshest air in the world in Tassie, at the top of Tassie where Cape Grim is, where I was getting the beef from. But I've never been to Tassie. If any of you guys that are subscribed to the channel and watching this video that have been to Tassie, let me know your thoughts about Tassie. Where should I go? When I do go to Tassie, where should I go? What's I should check out? And if I do, like it down there, I'll see for myself. I'll just see for myself. But if I do like it down there, I'd like to, live near a beach, live near the ocean, and there's so much like nature and mountains and waterfalls and like just beautiful outdoors, which I obviously love. I love being outdoors. I love being in the fresh air. So Tasmania might be perfect for me. I've been thinking that for a while, but I haven't had the chance to go down there yet. That's why on the Goldie, I really I like going to the beach, because it's just the freshest air I can get on the Gold Coast, at the beach or in the hinterland. But I don't go to the hinterland here because I don't know. I feel like there's not much. Well, there is a fair bit. I've been up there and it's just, I don't know. When you go to Tassie, I've never obviously been there, but it's just a small, well, it's not a small island, but it's a small-ish island compared to Australia anyway. That's not actually connected to Australia. It's like a sub-island of Australia, if anyone is not from Australia. We've got Queensland, New South Wales, you know, Western Australia, the big shape of Australia, and then you've got right down the bottom, on the bottom right hand corner, Tassie. So it's essentially a big island. So is Australia, but it's a small big island. Surrounded by water, and then like by the look of Google Maps anyway, like 80% of Tassie's green. There's so much greenery down there, which I'd absolutely love. Where I am right now in the Goldie, there's, it's 50, like it's still nice, but it's not as much nature as I'd like. That's why I moved to the sunny coast, because you go to the Gold Coast, you go to the sunny coast, and the sunny coast is pretty much what the Gold Coast used to be, like 50, 60 odd years ago, before all the high rise and all the buildings got put up, and there's just more and more people buying here and moving here, and it's getting busier and busier, so it's a completely different place. That's why I originally moved up there. Ended up buying a place up there, but it didn't work out, so I'm not there anymore. So, maybe that place isn't for me anyway. I don't know, but I definitely want to check out Tassie, 110%. It just feels so good after eating that beef too. Not any price, but that tallow, the beef that I used to buy, I just feel so, I don't know, I just feel good. I feel different. I always say I feel good, but I feel different even. It's a different type of feeling I get from that stuff. I can taste like the different cuts of beef, the way they make me feel, from different farms, from different places, from different butchers. They all, make me feel a different way, because that's what happens when you eat food. There's a chemical response that happens within your body when you eat the food, so if you just go into the normal supermarket and buy normal supermarket beef or chicken, if that's all you can afford and that's all you can have access to, definitely still do that. But you're going to have a certain chemical reaction to that, because however the cow's raised, whatever they're feeding the cow, are they happy cows, or are they just sitting in an enclosed environment, or lambs, or whatever you eat. That's why every single different place I buy my meat from, I just feel different on the inside from it, because it is having different chemical responses inside of it. But yeah, I've been thinking for a while. I haven't actually thought about Tassie for ages, but when I was eating meat from there all the time, I was literally just living off beef. That was it. I was eating beef and eggs, nothing else. I'd buy like a big 5 kilo chunk of beef to last me a week, and then I'd just eat a carton of eggs a day. That's what I was eating every day. And it's just the best quality meat I could find at the time. But feeling like that, and then living up here, which is fine, I can still do it. I still did it, but it's just, I don't know, I just want to go there either way. I'm gonna go there. So when I do go to Tassie, let me know if you've been there, where I should go. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna stay. Don't know where I'm gonna stay, but I'm obviously gonna get a flight to Hobart, which is the capital of Tassie, and then take it from there. Maybe I'll just go down there and wing it. Don't know. Maybe I'll figure it out before I get there. There was a flight leaving tomorrow. I was like, maybe I should just fly down there. Because there was a cheap flight leaving tomorrow. I get a flight tomorrow and come back in 2 days. It was like $420 or something. And that was the cheapest one I found. I was thinking about it, but I was like, I've really got to rent this room out, So, yeah, when I get someone in here, I'll go down and suss it out. Because before I was this close to going last time, and I didn't go last time. I had an opportunity to go last time too. Just after I left my other job, I was like, I've got time, I should go. And then I ended up just starting the YouTube channel, and then I didn't end up going, and then I started eating different types of foods again, reintroducing foods again, and I just got stuck feeling the same again. But I just want to really be in a place that I can actually wake up and, just feel like good about it, and wake up to a fresh, clean environment, where there's nature about. I want to be around nature and people that are feeling the same way because they're around, nature in a natural environment that we're all meant to be in. Well, maybe not this day and age, but we all were in at one stage. You know, and Tassie's, probably a lot more of a different pace than here, slower pace, I'd say. I've met people that come up from Tassie on holidays when I used to work where I worked. I did meet loads of people that come on holidays. You can just tell the difference, from where people live and how they are. Obviously they're not all the same, but you get people from Adelaide and Tassie and Melbourne and wherever, Perth, wherever they're coming from, and depending on where they were from, it was different. They were a little bit different, you know. But I'd like that. I'd like to live in a place I can wake up with fresh air. Imagine how that would feel every day, waking up to just fresh quality air and not have to think too much about other stuff, you know. Be out in nature more and, just experience new stuff. There's nothing, I feel like I've done the Gold Coast. I feel like that's why I don't do much of the Gold anymore. I just try to get out in nature and have some sun, exercise and eat good food. It's really nothing else here for me. There's the theme parks here, if any of you guys haven't been here. I've done that so many times when I was younger. You've got the beaches and then you've got the nightlife and you've got restaurants and shopping centres. That's it. There's a few waterfalls, there's some hinterlands, which I've been to as well. It's nothing that I haven't done before, so it doesn't get me up, it doesn't get me going. So that's where I'm at. But, I've said this on the channel before about possibly moving. I've been thinking about it for ages, but, in my mind I keep thinking about, situation, financial situations when I should really just get up and go, and just take it as it comes. But I can figure it out anyway. I will figure it out. I'm definitely going on holiday first of all. I don't want to jump the gun and say I'm going to live there, but just from everything that I've seen, the way I feel about it, the current place that I'm in my life, and I felt like that for the last 3 years. I felt like not staying here and moving somewhere else, but I was thinking of either going all the way up north to Queensland somewhere, like I was saying, the Whitsundays or Cairns or something. But at the same time, I have thought about going down south to Tassie. Whitsundays and stuff would be nice because it is warm up there. I do like warm weather. That's the only thing that if I was in Tassie, I'd have to get used to because it is damn cold down there. It rains a lot. You guys know if you follow the channel, I'm not a huge fan of being inside. All the rain. But maybe I would start to. I don't know about liking the rain, but maybe if I was waking up to fresh air and nature and just feeling good with where I'm living, then maybe I wouldn't have to get out in the sun all the time. Even though I'd get as much sun as I could either way, But that's the only thing about Tassie that's a bit like, it's just wet a lot down there and it's cold. And I just checked the weather in Tassie before. It's like 14 degrees in Tassie right now, and I think the Gold Coast is like 19, 20. So there's a big difference, a huge difference. And winter on the Gold Coast, is cold enough for me, So if I was to go to Tassie winter, I don't know what the degrees would be. Probably like 5 degrees or something, maybe less. With Antarctica breeze going through, maybe it might get to minus. I don't know. It will be a lot colder than here. The further down south you go, the colder it gets. So that's why a lot of people do come to Queensland because of the warmer weather. So, I'm gonna check it out either way. Suss it out, and see what I think about the whole dynamic about the community. Yeah, I've never been to Tassie. I've only seen people come on holidays. It's a lot different when people come on holidays. They're in a different type of mood. So I'll have to go see for myself what I think it's like out there, where I could potentially, see myself living. I'll have to go down there and probably, I don't know what I'll do. I do not know, but I know I'm gonna check it out 110%. I feel good about moving somewhere else, to be honest. I just do feel good about that. I want to find a place that feels like home. And currently, like I have this place here and it is home, but it doesn't really feel like home. You know, it's my place, it's I'm renting, but it doesn't quite feel like home. It is home, but it's just like a place. It's just a place I'm residing. You know, I want to find an actual place that I actually want to spend the rest of my life, not just here and there and here and there. And that's what I've done my whole life. I've moved my whole life, like constantly moving from the day I was born. Really, mum and you know, mum just moved us all the time. You know, I haven't told any of you guys this, but I've probably moved. I couldn't count the amount I've moved since I was a kid. Like I reckon I went to about at least. I reckon I don't know about at least, but I went to 10 different schools growing up. Like mum moved me probably one, two, three, four. I reckon I moved 6 schools just in primary school. I was never, ever, ever in the one school. Like that's how much I moved. Mum moved me as a kid. We just kept moving. 6 different primary schools. Imagine being, doing that as a kid. As a child. That's what happened. I'd always go to a new school, and I'd always be like the new kid, this like shiny new kid that everyone was like, oh, who's this? Coming to say hello, and like I just got used to moving, and I just like, I'm just moving, and I'm probably not going to be here that much longer. Mum will always move it, and she'll say it's because I don't know. She was just because I was playing up or whatever. Wasn't that? And maybe a little bit, but anyway. So I moved about 6 primary schools that I can think of. One, two, three. I definitely moved one, two in Queensland, and one to I don't know. Either way, it was about 10 schools. In high school, there was like one, two, three. Yeah, it was a lot. Maybe not 10, maybe 8, 7 or 8. It was a fair bit. So it's always been like that. That's why I signed a 2-year lease at this place. I've never signed a 2-year lease anywhere in my whole life. I wanted to, try settle down a bit and get into some sort of habit or something. But now that I don't know. Even when I first moved into this place, I was like, but I just moved in because it was cheap. I was working at the time, and I was back living with my mum, and I had to get out of there. So I ended up just getting this place. It was only $4.50 a week for a 2-bedroom apartment. So I ended up moving in here, and I wanted to move in, but when I first moved in, I was kind of like looking around. I was like, I don't think it's right for me to be here. I don't feel right being here. And I said that to mum when I was cleaning the walls and stuff, because we had to scrub this whole place from top to bottom. And I was like, I just don't. And she's like, you already signed the lease, and I was like, yeah, I know, but I don't know, it didn't quite feel right. But here I am, a year later. You know, that's what I was saying earlier before. When I got in that band 3 years ago, I should have never stopped at the Gold Coast. I should have kept going. I should have kept doing my own thing. But should have, could have, would have. It's done now. If I didn't stop, you know, I thought it. I think yesterday or the day before. If I didn't stop on the Gold Coast, I wouldn't have even known about carnival. I would have just kept eating how I was eating before. But I feel like my body could. you know, eat different types of foods before because my body was in a calm state, because it was just me in the van and I didn't have to think about all these other people and all this other stuff going on. I think my nervous system and my brain, like, is still recovering from like loads of stuff that I've been through. To be honest, so that's why I just needed to move to a place where it's like a bit more, you know, I don't know, different type of pace. Not so, not so. I don't know. Maybe not so full on. Who knows? But I don't know. We're gonna have to find out. Maybe it's like that everywhere. I don't know, but I don't think it is like that everywhere. Because even the Sunny Coast was, it was like taking your foot off the pedal. It's like down here. The way I describe it, it's been on the Gold Coast is like being in probably fourth gear. You know, being in Sydney when I lived in Sydney, that's like being in fifth gear. Being on the Sunny Coast, like being in probably second gear. And I feel like if I was to move to Tassie would be like first gear. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I've never been there. But I like a slower paced environment. I like just being able to, you know, chat and connect and not be so like, you know. Even when I call people up on the phone, like on the Goldie, depending on who I call, you know, and it might not. It's not just the Gold Coast. It's people. It's just the person, how they're feeling. But even before, I called the butcher up to see if I get some beef tallow, you know, and I called the one up at Pack Fair, which is a shopping centre, probably 25 minutes from here. And the guy who answered the phone was just, real nice bloke, real friendly, you know, just, you know, very catering, you know, slow talking, not slow talking, but like speaking at a normal pace, and I just felt good about talking to that guy at Pacific Fair. I asked him if he had any, um, that beef tallow. He's like, we don't have any in, but, we'll be getting some in on Wednesday. I've checked the order and we have ordered some in. And I was like, oh, sweet. That's fine. Maybe I'll come grab some next week. And I was like, Pacific Fair, that place there. I used to live right near there, It's a different end of the coast. You've got the north end of the coast, which I live, and then you've got the southern end of the coast. And I prefer the southern end of the coast. It's not different down that way, Anyway, I got off the phone to him, and then I called up another super butcher, which is closer to me, the Manoa one, which is where I used to get my beef from. And when the guy answered the phone, he was like, I don't know, it's just who he is probably, but, he was just talking fast and like, I don't know, it just made me feel a certain way. And it just reminded me, like, when I was working at the bakery that I used to work at, that's how people, that job made me feel. Some people, I talk to them and they're just talking way too fast and just way too, like, trying to, it feels like these people are just like trying to control the situation, trying to control the conversation. They're just not letting things flow and coming naturally. I don't like feeling the way they feel, because I feel it when I speak to them. Even when I got off the phone to them, actually, that's where I ended up getting the beef tallow from. I got it from Benoa, but when I got off the phone to that guy, I was like, I have to go speak to him and get this beef tallow. I used to go there all the time and get my beef from him when I first started buying the beef from Tassie, but I never really liked going there. I never really liked going to that butcher. I just didn't feel right. But I skated there anyway, caught the bus today anyway, got the tallow. I'm glad I went there and got it. But, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't want to be around people that are in that, like, whatever mindset they're going through. But there was people that work like that at, the job that I'm not at anymore, at the bakery. I'd just be around them and they'd just be trying to, like, it's very, like, too full on, too, like, almost feels like it's a need for them to try to control the situation, control the conversation. Like, just seem a bit, you know. Even him when he got off the phone, he's like, "This is the Benoa. This just make sure that you know this is the Benoa store." You know, it might be him trying to be helpful, but it just doesn't feel like it. It feels like there's more to it. You know, I don't like the feeling that I just want to have normal, flowing conversations with people that are just, you know, just out to just. Feels like the guy that I spoke to at Pacific Fair is just out to help. You know, he's not out to get anything. You know, Pacific Fair's obviously doing sweet. You know, I don't want to have to feel like someone's trying to get something. You know, from me. You know, and that's how it feels with certain types of people. You know, but we'll see when I go to Tassie how it is down there. You know, but I just need to be in an environment where my mind is clear. You know, I don't want to be in these environments where it's. I feel like, you know, it's putting some type of pressure on the mind. You know, and it puts me in a different type of state. I don't want to feel like that. My brain has been through too much. My body's been through too much from too many things that have happened. You know, so I just don't want to have to experience any of that. Right? I just want to be in a calm environment where I can feel good and I can just, you know, have normal conversations with people that are flowing, you know, be out in nature, you know, and when people are, you know, out in nature, they're not, I feel like they're probably not as much like that. These people, I don't know, who knows? That's just the way I feel. And I know how my brain and my body feels around certain people. You know, I can just feel it. Even the bus ride that I caught, actually. You know, the bus ride that I caught to Benoa, the bus driver was a super nice dude. You know, he seemed like helpful. I got on the bus and I was like, "Hey man, I'm just trying to get to, you know, as close as I can to Benoa Gardens." And he goes, "Yeah, that's fine. Just I'll let you know when we're closer there." You know, and he seemed like a nice dude. And that bus trip there was sweet. You know, and on the bus trip back, I got on the bus and then there's just, I don't know, got on that bus and the driver there just seemed, he was just like looking at me and like, I could just tell it was different when I got on that bus, you know. This wasn't the same as the first bus ride, but you know, that's what I, you know, it's just like I was saying before, you know, people have their own thoughts, people have their own energy, people have their own, whatever's going on in their mind, whatever's going on in their body, that's the energy they're putting out. You know, so if you work for a company and whoever's running that company, you know, has that type of energy, then you're going to feel that every single day when you go to work or even when you get on the bus like I did today. Like whoever's driving that bus, that whole bus is going to feel the energy of the dude that's driving the bus, you know, because he's driving that thing and you're now in his bus. You know, so I felt that today in both buses. The first guy was sweet and the second guy on the way home, you know. But anyway, that's that. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But when I get to Tassie, I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm definitely gonna film down there and make some content for sure. For sure. I'm gonna have a look around myself and get me some footage for the channel while I'm there. So, you know, and go to some farms while I'm there. Eat some of the beef from the farm. You know, visit the farms. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe even stay at the farm. I don't know. I'd like to probably stay somewhere like where it's busy-ish, not too busy, but busy-ish. You know, because it's not a big place. I just googled it before, and the population in Tassie is only like 500,000 in the whole place, so it's not that much. You know, but if I can live down there close to the beach, you know, and there's nature everywhere, there's trees everywhere, there's greenery everywhere down there. So there'll be fresh air everywhere coming from all directions. Okay, so this is why where I live right now is okay. You know, it's okay. That's why I think I moved here. Because right behind me, it's dark right now, but you know there is big trees right behind me. You know, it is on the main street, but there's loads of greenery around this unit that I live at. You know, so I can breathe. I can breathe well. You know, when I lived on the sunny coast, I was next to like a massive patch of trees, like right next to a school. You know, so and even when I was living in that van, like I told you guys, I was parking up some when I got back onto the Gold Coast anyway, like um, Southport, like where I was working for at Smith Collective, and I was just parking a lot of times on the like near the rugby fields and stuff like that, because that's where I felt at peace. You know, that's where I felt at home. You know, you know, in open fields. So I feel like that's what I'm probably gonna feel like when I go to Tassie and I'm like out there in nature. You know, just breathing it all in. You know, my spirit and my internal system. I feel like it's just gonna be like feel so alive. You know. You know, and that's why when I went to the Whit Sundays before, you know, on that holiday that I told you guys about, you know, I felt so good up there, you know, because I was out on the boats every day. Not every day, but I went out on the boat that day. Like I was waking up, breathing in the fresh air. The sun was out. There's lots of nature up there. It's not a big city, you know. There's not all these cars driving around, you know. So it's completely different, you know. Yeah. So I've got to get down there, you know. I really got to get down there and check this place out. And I've got those. Well, it's 7 o'clock. I've got those lamb chops, lamb line chops now. I'm actually gonna cook up. He said they were grass fed, so they should be good, and they're coming from Tassie, so they should be good. It didn't have a label on it, so I don't know where they're coming from and you know how they treat the animal, but I'm gonna eat it anyway. Because I asked him, I said, "Do you know which farm these come from?" He said, "He doesn't know. You know, they probably come from a lot of different farms." So I'll have a little nibble anyway, and I'll let you know how the lamb goes. All right.